Many recent college graduates, such as myself, have difficulties writing their resume. So, for today's AngelDodger, we're going to be discussing how to write your resume.
I've got to take it further! No! Goku! Times 4!
So, your name's Teresa.
Yes, that's right.
You had resume experience when you were in college, right?
Yep, I was helping out at the Czar Career Development Center at Baruch in their Peers for Careers program, and they train you how to prepare resumes and cover letters, as well as how to do mock interviews.
What are some of the common mistakes that you've seen in resumes?
So some common mistakes I've seen is, for example, for the folks who actually have more experience, we tend to try to fill it up as much as possible. So the font might be a little too small for the recruiter to see, and you don't want that to happen because you want it to be easy on the eyes. So make sure the font is not too small. I would recommend around size 12 or a little higher, depending on how much content you have. And try to make it easy to read, so pick a font that isn't too hard to read. So I'd say Times New Roman, for example, is a good font to use. Another thing is, having professional email addresses and a professional voicemail that goes along with it. So make sure that your email is preferably your full name. And also wanted to add another common mistake that people do is, you know how when you have different work experiences and you have bullets, right? I think a lot of people tend to just write job descriptions of, hey, I'm a cashier, I collected money, and I talk to people. You want to, say what makes you stand out. You want to talk about your job accomplishments. You want to quantify like how much money you dealt with, and maybe you trained people to do certain things, and you want to quantify how many people you trained. So it shows that you're able to accurately handle money, and you're responsible for this large amount of money, and also that you have the leadership skills to manage people.
Another thing that I would say is something that we should cover is the idea of embellishing. There's a difference between, let's say you don't have that much in your resume. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you need to enhance, certain things that you've done. Where does the line get drawn between embellishing and lying in your resume? And is either really okay?
I would try to avoid anything that is not true because you might be tested. For example, if you say you're fluent in Espanol, Spanish, for those who don't know. And they might call you up and start speaking in Spanish with you, and you'd be like, holy moly. Yeah. Then there goes your lie. So you don't want to start speaking Spanglish or Chinglish or something. Yeah. But unless you should avoid it at all costs, because that might just cost you the job that you might be qualified for, and you just blew it by putting something that's not true.
What is the basic outline of a resume? What do you think a resume should be outlined, generally speaking?
Well, for recent grads, I would say you probably don't have that much experience to have it be several pages or even a book, because a resume is supposed to be very short, concise, to the point, because that recruiters will not be spending they wouldn't be spending 5-10 minutes on one resume, because they pile loads. I don't even know if they look through all of them, but because they'll be scanning through it really quickly just to see if you're relevant or what they're looking for. I would say for a recent grad, 1 page is more than enough, so that's what you should be aiming for. You should make sure to use up your white space properly. So if you have a lot of white space, I would try to fill it up, make the font bigger, not too big though, but use up the white space spot properly so that it's 1 page. And usually resumes come in 2 forms. One is the chronological order, with the dates and stuff, where the most recent work experience comes first, and then the not so recent. And then there's also the functional resume, where it's more focused on the skills you have, so it's not so focused on the dates. So for someone who might be older and they want you to, be like, oh wow, you did that 10 years ago, that's relevant. No, but to be more focused on what kind of skills you have and can contribute to the company. So depending on what you want to focus on, you might choose one over the other.
Do you think that you should just send one resume and just send it out to as many places that are relevant as possible, or should you tailor, if you can, tailor your resume to each particular company that you're going towards and try and customize it?
That is an excellent question that you asked. I know that maybe a lot of people feel like, oh wow, this is so much work, but I think it might be worth your time to tailor it to each company, because each company is looking for different things, and one general resume will not make it stand out. It might stand out for one, but it might not stand out for all the other ones. So I would definitely say put in the time, look at what they're looking for, look at the job description and see what kind of things, what kind of skills they're looking for, and then tailor it based on what you have in terms of the work experience.
I think a lot of people who are in college, especially like college seniors, are going to look at their resume and say, oh, well, I don't have that much to offer. I just wanted to say that's really just what everybody's feeling. It's not really something that, it's just you. I mean, especially again in this economy, it's just really hard to find a full-time job that you love. So again, just don't get discouraged by it, and it's something that we all have to go through. I mean, at some point, all of us are going to feel new at something, and the time of being a college senior in terms of going out and trying to get a full-time job, that's when you're going to feel like you're overwhelmed, but it's something that everybody has to deal with.
And as you gain more work experience, there'll be more opportunities waiting for you, and you would just need to take the initiative and go and catch them, follow them, follow your dreams, and run after your dreams, and don't just be stagnant.
You have your own personal blog. You want to share it?
Yeah, it's called Teresa's Steals and Deals, and it covers free food, freebies, and cool events in the city, which includes startup events, beauty events, events that include free food and drinks. So it is your guide to New York City's best kept secrets, and it is at my name, teresaling.com. It's spelled TERRESALING.com, and there's no www for some reason, but make sure you spell that correctly.
Okay. It'll be right up here. I know you can't see it right now, but it'll be right up here. It'll be in the description as well. Thank you for doing this again, even though nobody can see the first one. But yeah, thank you for showing up again.
You're very welcome, and don't be a copycat like this t-shirt here. We're making copies of cats here for your resume, that is. Just be your unique self and you'll stand out. And don't worry about, that your experience is not enough. Just try your best, look for what you're passionate, and go for it. And I wish you all the best.
Yes, as do I. I am AngelDodger. I will see you next time.
See ya.
If you like this episode, check out my most recent episode on the left, which tries to figure out whether or not the friend zone really exists. Also check out my video in the middle, which discusses what college is like from the perspective of a recent college graduate. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.